This is my son, John Cronin, and I want to tell you the story about John and John's Crazy Socks, the business we started together. John was born with Down syndrome. To John, that's just a fact of life. He treats it the way you might treat your height or the color of your hair. It's just a part of who he is. It's never been an obstacle for him, nor is it ever an excuse. One of the many wonderful things about John is that every day he demonstrates what's possible. Every day he tries something new and shows us what else he can do. Last September, John entered his last year of school. Like everyone else, he wanted to know, what am I going to do after school ends? He wanted to do something meaningful. He wanted to be able to contribute. John came to me and said that he wanted to go into business with me. He wanted to work with me. And what father wouldn't like to hear that from his son? John had many ideas, including we could open a fun store, whatever that was, and a food truck. But as John says, neither of us can really cook. He would talk about opening a business, and I suggested to John that he should do what he loves. And what does John love? Well, he loves the Special Olympics. John loves making people happy. And John loves his crazy socks. For as long as I can remember, he's worn these fun, colorful, expressive socks that, as he says, let me be me. In November, John had his eureka moment. He came to me and said, "We should sell socks." And in that one conversation, John's Crazy Socks was born. He came up with the name, and he was the one that said we should sell the socks online. He's a good partner to have. There were 3 parts to the plan. We would sell, as John says, socks, socks, and more socks. We would make people happy. And we pledged 5% of our earnings to the Special Olympics. John's Crazy Socks opened on Friday, December 9th, and we had a mission to spread happiness through socks. We started with 31 different sock styles. Most of them were Christmas socks, and John helped pick out these socks. John added a handwritten thank you note and some candy to every package. And John made local deliveries by hand. We'd drive around at night, and he'd get out of the car with that bright red box and knock on doors, and whole families would come to the door, happy to see John and glad to get their socks. We tested to see if we could sell socks online, and the answer was yes. In December, we shipped 452 orders, and we knew that if we worked at it, John's Crazy Socks would be a success. The first edition came from John, who came up with the idea for our Down syndrome awareness socks. He designed the socks, and they were meant to help celebrate World Down Syndrome Day. We've added more awareness socks. So in addition to the Down syndrome sock, we now have an autism awareness sock and a Williams syndrome awareness sock. And for each, we have charity partners. So money from each pair sold Go to our charity partners like the National Down Syndrome Society and the Autism Society of America and Autism Speaks and the Williams Syndrome Association. In less than 6 months, we have shipped almost 18,000 orders. We now have over 1,200 different sock styles, plus gift boxes, a Sock of the Month club, and gift cards. John is still picking out socks. He picks out the socks for the Sock of the Month club. We've moved into new offices and hired more people. And John has become something of a media star. It started with a video on the Mighty, but now he's been profiled by ABC News, Money Magazine, CNBC, and others. Every day, John comes to work and demonstrates what's possible. He works hard in his business. He writes thank you notes. He puts the materials together that go into our orders. He helps pick out the socks. He does videos. He does media interviews. John is active every day, and he's always the inspiration for this business. We want to show how the more we do for others leads to more success for us. So we give back and commit to making others happy. In the end, John's Crazy Socks is a father-son business. It's built on love, making people happy, and showing what's possible.